Hey everybody, it's Josie. Welcome back to Cedar Creek Homestead. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It is hot here on the homestead. It is, I think, 110, 112 feels like temperatures. I think the actual temperature is like 98 or something like that. But yesterday and today we're having extreme heat advisory. And they were right when they said it. They were right on the money with that. We do have some clouds rolling in, and have a chance for some evening rain showers, but it has not cooled anything off. We're going back and forth out to our animals 3 or 4 times a day at least, checking on them, making sure that they've got water. You all saw the little turkeys and the little guineas and the 4 little Rhode Island chickens that we got. We have also, when did we get them? Yesterday? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yesterday we got our last delivery of our little chickens that we had ordered way back in late winter. We finally got those, and everybody's just been ordering their poultry to replenish, and we were, even though we ordered early, we didn't order early enough, and we just got them. They came yesterday morning to the post office, and we have been having to go back and forth on their heat, having heat lamps on them, and then them just being so hot that they didn't need the heat lamp. We have to really pay attention to that. It's not something that we're able just to go off and leave them be on their own. They are drinking a lot of water, but they're doing well. We ordered 4 varieties. We ordered the black Americanas. We ordered Copper Morans. We ordered olive eggers, and we ordered cream leg bars. We ordered hens of all of those, and then we got several roosters of each kind. So we're working on getting our poultry built back up, not only for our own egg supply, but hopefully next year we can start supplying, be an option for people that are looking for eggs in our area. There are several others that are doing that as well. So we're just putting our toe in the water, so to speak, and hopefully we'll be able to do that as well. Plus we have a big Georgia Quail Farms incubator, big cabinet incubators, so that we can hatch off babies of all of the different types of birds. Ducks, we did get more ducks, and we will take you up and show you those on another day. We're trying really hard right now not to be out and doing a whole lot of stuff, not only for ourselves being hot, but so that we don't stress the birds either. And they're doing well, they're growing out, and we'll take you up there and show you them. And our very first batch of chickens that we were able to get here locally, they're doing really well. So we're just clipping right along here. Air conditioning is our friend today. We haven't been able to do a whole lot outside other than just going and checking on all of the animals to make sure that they're okay. And then right back in the house, the boys have been down for a nap, and it's just too hot for them out here. So let's jump into this video and discuss vinegar. Now, I've had several subscribers that have put information out that they are beginning to see jugs of vinegar, the big plastic jugs, the gallon jugs of vinegar that we all have purchased, probably have put in our stores to make our pickles and to use in our canning and preserving this year. Everybody is probably in the throes of all of that right now. What they have noticed is some of those big gallon jugs are now 4% acidity. Now, safety in canning, all of the canning books, Ball and all the others, and all the national centers for home preserving, and all of that will tell you that 5% acidity and above is what you need to safely can items to make them shelf stable, to make them safe for your family to eat. So I just wanted to put this out there. When you're buying your vinegar, don't just assume that that is 5% acidity. Make sure that it says on the label that it's 5% acidity or 50 grain. 50 grain means the same thing, 5% acidity. In fact, on these vinegars, and I'm not trying to put any brand over any other brand, I'm just showing you what I've got on reading the labels. This particular one is a distilled white vinegar. It says 5% acidity right here on the bottle. And I also get this in the 1 gallon jug, plastic jug. Right here on the back and under the ingredients, it will tell you distilled white vinegar diluted with water to 5%. And then in parentheses, it says 50 grams acidity. That is the same thing. So if it says 5% or 50 grams, you're good to go. That's on the distilled white vinegar. Most of your vinegars are going to be 5% or above. Rice wine vinegar, I don't use it a whole lot. I don't use it to can at all. Is going to be, most of those are 4% or 4.3, 4.6% acidity. And some people use those. I don't use them. I've had it on occasion here for recipes that I'm using it for salad dressings, but I usually stick with the distilled white, and sometimes I'll use something else. In my cooking, these are all good to go if you're using them in recipes that you're cooking, but for your canning, you need to make sure it's 5%. Now, both of these are apple cider vinegars, and I use, on occasion, I have a recipe or two that I use with canning with apple cider vinegar. And not everybody likes that taste. I like it, but I have to tell you that I can't help but every time I open a bottle of apple cider vinegar, whether it's this one that is from the grocery store or one of the other, like this with the Mother, this brand, I always immediately think of coloring Easter eggs with my mom when I was a little kid. Just that smell is ingrained into my memory. I don't know why, but I really, really like the smell of it. But some people don't like it. But again, this one will tell you the acidity, same thing. This one is 5%, tells on the label. Sometimes you have to look, a little bit more in depth. It won't tell you right on the front. You have to go looking for it. This one is not for canning. And so I'm not really concerned about the 5% acidity. This one is like a drinking vinegar, like something that you were going to use to make a shrub or something. And this one is vinegar with the Mother, but it has honey in it as well. And it's just a little bit more to give it give the taste a little bit of a zhuzh if you don't like apple cider vinegar with water. The honey helps it just a little bit, but I don't mind the apple cider vinegar itself in water. I do drink it with a straw, however, instead of just drinking it. That's just my preference with my teeth. This one is another one that I keep on hand. This is not straight vinegar. Make sure that you're reading your labels correctly, because you want to use something in your cooking or your canning, your preserving, and you want to make sure that you got the right thing. And this is another one of those that are ready to drink, a drinking vinegar. Now, don't put a straw in it and just drink it. It goes in a little, 2 ounce, or you can put it with water. I suppose you could even put it in your tea. But this one is a prebiotic, and it's Concord grape and hibiscus. And these things just are a refresher for us, but I wouldn't can with this one. Another one that I use a lot is balsamic vinegar. Now, I know some of you are probably saying, she has no idea a good balsamic vinegar. I just, get what is available to me. I'm not going to pay, high prices for the really good syrupy stuff that has been, super concentrated down. Although it's delicious, I know it is, but economics-wise, I just stick with what I'm able to find. This is one that I found at the big box store. This is a product of Italy, so there you go. But this one is, let's see, we have to look for the, and when you look under the ingredients, this one is 6% acidity. Now again, I don't can with this. What I do with this is I cook chicken breast or chicken strips, and I don't put any breading on it. I cook it, grill it, cook it without all the coating, and then I put some of this on it, and I kind of makes like a crust on it, and I like to do that. Have it with the salad and some sliced tomatoes and something like that. You might try something like that. In the summertime, I like to have something that's not such a heavy, coated and just super filling hot meal, but I do like that chicken fixed that way, and pork would probably be good that way as well. But that's another option that you have. So I would just caution you to make sure that you read your labels, especially if you're going to be using it for canning and preserving. Make sure that it's 5% acidity, and then you know that you have the level that you need to ensure that your food is safe. That's what makes a difference when you're using a product like this, the 5% acidic vinegar, usually this distilled white. When you're using this, you're usually making pickles or relishes or things like that, or different items that are shelf stable, that are safe to can by hot water bathing or steam canning, and not having to be pressure canned because of the amounts of the vinegar, the salt, the sugar, whatever it is that you're using as a preservative. It has to keep that level up so that your food is safe. Nobody wants to spend all this time growing food, procuring foods from the farmer's market, doing all the work of canning and preserving the food, and then have it on the shelf and be afraid to use it because you don't really know if it's safe to feed your family. Or opening that lid and just not quite confident enough in what it was that was processed. Just make sure that you use the 5% and you won't have any problems. Now, one more item on the vinegar aisle that I want to talk about is the cleaning vinegar. Cleaning vinegar, this vinegar will clean, absolutely clean. But you can also buy the cleaning vinegar. It's right on the aisle right there when you go shopping for your vinegars, right there with the vinegars. But it's not interchangeable as far as canning. Don't use your cleaning vinegar. It's not been diluted like this has. And although someone's probably would say, well, if it's not diluted, it's even better, you're not going to get a good product out of that. Don't use the cleaning vinegar to can with. That's why they distinguish that that's what it is. It's cleaning vinegar. It's higher strength, and it's going to do a better job on some of those things. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get these vinegars back in their places in the house. Supper's on the stove cooking. Blade's on his way home. Got to do another check of all the animals, probably a couple more checks of all the animals before we retire for the evening. But I saw this, a couple of my subscribers have reached out about the vinegars, and I just wanted to give you a heads up. Now, you might have seen this in your area for a long time and think that, 4% vinegar. They've had that problem for a while. You just need to read your labels. I haven't seen it where I shop, or at least in the brands or the products that I buy. I've always bought 5%. So just know, heads up, when you're looking at your vinegar, make sure that, especially on the one that you are going to use for canning, that is 5%. If you're going to use it for salad dressings that you're putting in the fridge, or your drinking vinegars, or your cooking recipes that you're going to eat that night, you wouldn't have to necessarily worry about the acidity, but canning and preserving for sure. So I hope this helps you guys. Until next time, this is Josie. I love y'all. I really do. Keep looking well to the ways of your household. Read those labels. I don't want to turn you into a fanatic, but make sure on the stuff that you're putting up for your family that you're doing it correctly and safely. Till next time, guys, we're gone.